we'll proceed with the classes. Okay, try to join on time and before 5 minutes only. So recording started. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, so okay. Okay, fine. So, good morning, guys. Welcome for the real class sessions, and thanks for choosing everybody. KP Technologies. And so far in the previous classes, we were discussed on the multiple aspects, like how the project will kickstart, how the resources will be identified, project will be identified, and how the basis systems will be established. And also we learn that what would be the landscapes and all. So all these things we were learned in the previous classes, and on Friday we went to the configuration for company and company code. So before that, we have some more things to discuss here. So once we finalize, right? So assume that we are first thing that we receive the project. Okay. So we own the if suppose as an Infosys, the project, like we receive the project from we receive the project confirmation from Reliance. This is a project confirmation done, and the team hiring also done. Team hiring also done. Then after that, the credentials from we will receive credentials and everything from the Reliance team. So we receive the credentials, or like the SAP application, they will share us with all the details. Reliance will share the access to the systems. Put it in this way: Reliance will share the access to the systems. And fourth thing that now the landscape and everything has been decided, and this will be taken care in the ASAP methodology part only. Okay, so now everything is ready. Now we need to kickstart the process. Now we need to kickstart the project, but how and what is the plan? So once we done all these things, how we start the actual project in real time is, so as soon as we get credential and everything, we will not go and directly, and we will not do the configuration. So to do the configuration, what and all need the basic efforts. So that how we will proceed from the beginning to till go live. What and all will be there. So let's learn in today's class how it started, what basis we will do all these things. We will learn. Okay. So now, once you were, we call it as everybody will follow like a ASAP methodology. So what is ASAP methodology? ASAP methodology. So ASAP methodology, it involves 5 phases. So ASAP methodology is nothing but we are planning to kickstart the project from beginning to till go live. We need to keep a one kind of a structure, right? Like when we are constructing an house, when we are starting our own business, we will keep it some kind of goals and steps and deadlines and everything, right? Like that, everything involved in this ASAP methodology. Someone may the initial question, like when you are attending interview, somebody will ask what is ASAP methodology also. So this is the one of the interview question. So you should aware of that. What is ASAP methodology? How many steps will be there? Each step, what are the activities will be taken place? So that thing, it's a basic thing we should aware of the thing. So the first thing is project preparation. Project project preparation. Okay. The second one is the second one is second one is business blueprint. Business blueprint. Third is realization. Realization phase. Fourth one is fourth one is final preparation. Final preparation. The fifth one is go live. Fifth one is go live. So whenever we are implementing a project, whenever we are any client, any project, anything, we should have a proper roadmap and proper plan to proceed in the implementation. So each stage, these are the 5 stages. In every stage, stage by stage, we need to pass on, and then only we can reach the go live. So if you struck anywhere, then you cannot skip any of the things before going to go live. To reach the go live, every step is important. Each and every step we will take care certain activities, certain work related, and will based on that we will proceed in the project. Let us understand in a deep dive. So what is project preparation? So what should be understand in the project preparation? So why it is an important of project preparation? So as I already given a glimpse up in the previous classes, so again I'm explaining in detail here. So now let us take the project preparation. Okay, when you take the project preparation means, so first we need to prepare for the project. Whatever the project we receive, what we need to prepare, when we need to start, when we need to end. So what is the deadline, and what is the scope, what is the goals, so what is the client requirement, what he is expecting. Everything will be decided in a project preparation. If suppose first we need to understand the customer importance and what he is expecting to be deliver this project, what is the deadlines, if we don't deliver in a deadlines, what is the penalty. So if we delivered even early, so are we having any monetary benefits? So everything, the company to company, they will sit together, the high level team will prepare the detailed project preparation, which means that the scope of the project means, the scope means, so how big their business empire is, like a scope. Let us understand scope, project scope. Like now we were own this project, and first we need to understand the scope. Blindly we cannot able to give the deadline time. I can give you the in a 6 months, deliverable, like I'll complete till go live and I'll make your systems live within a 6 months and I'll give, or else 1 month, or else 1 year, 2 year, like that. Blindly we cannot able to give the deadlines, because it will be an agreement basis, and even they will put a penalty also. Some projects may go into the loss also, they'll go. Some project will leave in a business blueprint, some will leave in a realization phase, some will leave in a final preparation, because they are not able to handle at any time. See, once they give project, it doesn't mean that they will come, they will travel with us till go live. Anytime they can withdraw our agreement, they can give it for someone. Because if you are not meeting the deadline, if our work is not satisfied, we are not configuring properly, the things are not working, so then they will decide it to withdraw the project whatever they given to us. Based on that, they'll put a penalty and they'll give it for other persons who are in the second best list. At the time of discussion, if suppose Infosys is best of the top, second is the Deloitte, means they'll give it to Deloitte, or else whoever they wish, they can give it to them. So first in the scope, first we'll understand the scope, how many countries they have a business, what are the scenarios and all they have. So those things and all keeping in mind, the scope, they will understand the scope. Then the client goal is, we will understand what their goal, what they are trying to achieve from the SAP. So those aspects and all we will discuss. Then we will give the timeline. The timeline means, like, we will put a roadmap. Timeline means, suppose development, quality, pre-prod, or go live. So whatever it may be. So we will discuss with them if we are starting project today. If suppose we were decided to, we were given a commitment of 2 years. Within 2 years we will complete, or within 1 year we will complete. Whatever it may be. So if you take in within 1 year, so let us take a realistic one. It will maximum minimum it will take like 1 year, 1.5 year it will take to implement. So let us take it 2 years. So if suppose we will give a roadmap saying that so and so month, so and so date, so and so activity will be completed. So assume that development and all everything will be completed by uh, suppose by January next 2026. Like in this way, I can put 1 minute. So I can say that development and all will complete on June 2026. So QA, by this QA, all things will be completed. I can say next February 2027, and pre-prod we can complete June 2027. The go live 2 year scope means again September 2027. Like this, we will give the deadlines. We will follow this. This will be the project timelines which we will set up with them. We will agree to them, and we need to follow on this basis. So development has to complete on June 26, and also it can go with the parallel also. Like this, some kind of a deadlines will keep it in detail. So based on the deadlines, we have to complete the activity. If you are failing on this means the project go live project will be delayed. So many cases the project go live date will be extended, delayed, and even whatever the profit margin, like, if suppose they are earning like a 50 crores from this profit, then they may take another 3-4 months additionally. They may lose profit or 4 crore penalty amount. Whatever they were thought, right? They may lose 4 crore as a penalty. Still they're extending 2-3 months, right? Like this, there will be a chances of based on the agreement, they lose, the company Infosys will lose the profit margin based on the penalty. That is why always, and the implementation time, sometimes you may heard in the market, like, more than the demand they will give and take you. If suppose there is an urgency needed, they are near to the deadlines and all, the work is not moving, the existing employees are not skillful resources, and that time they look for a strong candidates who can able to understand and deliverable. That is the reason everybody will call and ask you, do you have an implementation experience? This is the reason they will ask. If keeping 5 resources who doesn't have any knowledge, the things will not move as per the planned dates. So if you're having a two skillful resources, which we can make it successful to move the deadlines also. So that is the reason, depends on your packages or whatever the requirement things, like, definitely it will be based on the project demand. So when they need in very urgent, they don't look at all the 30%, 40%, the slabs and all. They'll hire it. Once their work done, they'll release to you the bench, and you can find out another project, like that. And sometimes, even though candidate doesn't have anything also, they'll try to get the work done from them, because they're not getting they do not have a resources at all, but they have planned and they have started, but they're not getting a resources. Then what they will do immediately, who are available for a joining, they will take, even though if the candidate is an average candidate also, they will take and they'll start their work. So like that, depends on the urgency requirement also, will get an opportunities. So in project preparation, these are the deadlines we will discuss, the project scope we will discuss, and the timelines and the agreement, and everything will be decided in the project preparation. So this is what the project preparation, what we will take it into the consideration. And business, coming to this next one, business blueprint. Okay. So what is business blueprint? So business blueprint is nothing but, like, before explaining the SAP one, like, assume that you are planning to, construct a home. So without planning, without a design, without proper keeping. So you will be having a desire, right? Like, how to build my house, how many, if your site is 30 foot, like how many bedrooms come, what is the hall, where should come, kitchen where should come, what kind of painting I need to put, what kind of material I need to buy for a house and all. So everything, it will be a first you will plan it, right? Without plan, do you able to execute anything? Anything, like, whatever the business, whatever the activity, anything, like, everything need a master plan, right? For everything we need a master plan, blueprint. So everything need a pre-planned, then only you will execute based on the plans. If you execute your activities, right? Similarly, the blindly we cannot go and config. It's not like that in real time. Okay, let's take, I got an SAP access. Let us go to the SAP and let's go and create a company code. Let's create a business area, functional area, segments, and posting periods. You cannot create just like that. You cannot go and create just like that. So there should be a exact blueprint plan we need to prepare. How we can prepare, who will prepare, what is the source of data to prepare, all these things we need to sit with the business workshops. We call it as a workshops. Workshops will take a place. These workshop will be between the Infosys. So since we are discussing about Infosys taking this project, I'm taking this name. Okay, Infosys, between the Infosys and Reliance stakeholders. Stakeholders, this is very technical name in real time. Between the Infosys and Reliance stakeholders. Who is the stakeholders? These are not the shareholders. Again, I'm repeating, do not get confused. Stakeholders means from the Reliance side, high level people who controls the entire business and who knows the end-to-end process. We will have so stakeholder means from the Reliance side, high level people who control the business, who knows the end-to-end processes. Okay, so now we are an Infosys consultant, consultants, and Reliance stakeholders. Between these two people and stakeholders and business key users, managers, and CFO, CEO, CFO, chief people officers, like, they're who are the high level people. Between our two people in this to prepare a blueprint, we will be having a work sessions. So we will sit on the meeting room, we'll sit on the conference rooms, we will get a training in the sense that before starting the project or 1 month or 2 months, we need to we need to travel. If anybody on-site opportunity, we call it, right? On-site opportunity. On-site opportunity means this is how we'll go for a business travel. We call it as a business travel. Like business travel means at the time of implementation, what we do, stakeholders will travel to the workshops for the client locations, and we will understand their business, how many company codes, like how many, what are the segments, what type of business they are doing, like or like, how they are managing the payments and incoming payments and outgoing payments, the bank accounts, the commissions, the taxation, the employees taking care, the margins taking care, the profits and the raw material, the sales, and each and everything, entire the business, we need to sit in the workshops. We need to write down in a rough notes will take, like, how you will go for a classes and you will make down the notes, right? In similar way, I'm explaining very high level here. Okay, so this is the exact thing happen in a implementation before things. So workshops we do with we do have a meetings with the one-on-one with the business people. So to face them, That is the reason always for implementation they look for experienced candidates. So, and also they will ask for implementation, and they will ask you, are you there in the from the beginning to end, full life cycle? Are you part of implementation, full life cycle? Because, and also they will ask, do you have any client facing? Many interviews people will ask, if you are part of implementation, have you ever faced clients? Which means that, have you ever faced clients means it's not meeting. It's not like one or two shake hands or like any parties or like any general meetings. The client facing means the straight away you need to go and sit with the workshops with the clients, and you need to discuss, you need to gather the requirement. Many people will tell that I'm part of an implementation. What you are doing means I'm used to gather the information. I need to prepare a blueprint. I need to do the configuration. Gathering information is starts with the workshops. In the workshops we'll sit one to one and we'll collect the information, their entire business. So they doesn't know SAP. Keep in mind, they doesn't know SAP. Reliance doesn't know SAP, how it behaves, how it works, how we need to put their information into the SAP. Based on the workshops we collect, and we'll draft in a blueprint. What the blueprint will draft? How many company codes we need to create? How many company codes we need to create? So what are the banks they are using? Suppose from finance perspective, I'm explaining what are the banks they are using, right? What are the payment methods, types of payments? What are the payment methods? What are the payment methods they are following, either outgoing or incoming? Outgoing or incoming. So which means either a check or online transfer or wire. So like that, wire payment like that. So, and how they are take caring about the salaries. So like any third party payroll, like third party application is coming or what, or how they are maintaining the database, and how like see kind of a products, what products they are using, like what is the margins, like this every data we need to collect, and in the blueprint we will decide. So product means like each product, what are the material types you need to create. Margins means our database means where they're taking salaries. If it is payroll is there, whether we need to link the third party application with this. So how many company codes they're using, what are the accounting principles they're using. So like that everything we will be based on our workshop, whatever we have collected the information based on the workshops, we will draft in a blueprint. So again, I'm telling you, this is not the final, this is a blueprint, only blueprint. Based on their workshops, we will we will create the blueprint. We will in a PDF, PDD and CDD. So we'll call it as a PDD, CDD documents. PDD means process design document. CDD means configuration design document. PDD means process design document. CDD means configuration design document. So like this, we need to first 5-6 months it will go for a workshops, minimum 3 months 4 months it will go for a workshops, preparation of a documents, and all these things we need to take care. Based on their workshop, will end to end. Finance people will take care of finance documentation, will take care or this one OTC will take care OTC, sales one, and like ABAP people will not be, most of the times will not be part of it. Basis will take care of the basis things, like what basis will do, they will connect, and they will ask like how many systems you want to do, how many third party applications you have, how I need to connect the access and all. There, see, everybody they will start their own work. So make sure like what finance side we need to do, make sure finance side as per the plan we should not be in a red zone. Always people will do politics, always people will try to cover up their own areas. FI lead will take care like FI thing, like it's like a war zone kind of thing in implementation. Like everybody wanted to be in a safe place, like FI, if it is delaying, if is delaying to provide the data means you will just drop an email, you will be in safer side, I'm waiting for a like that, and everything completed from our end. Like this business blueprint, so we will design, we will prepare the document, process design documents in a clear way, and we will present it back to the Reliance. when we are presented back to the Reliance, so this is your company. This is your company profile. These many things you are explained us. So this is what we are going to create in a SAP. Like this company code means like this we will create your, like, your accounting principles like this, or this is the margins, this is the tax codes you are explained, this is the tax codes we are going to, these many tax codes we are going to create, these are the percentages, and this is how we are tracking it, and these are the payment, these are the banks we have in an SAP. Like this we do the configuration, this is how we will send the files to the bank. So the a bank will make the payment and will receive the file back and will update in our books. Like that entire design document, the high level design document blueprint will be given to the blueprint session will give it back to the Reliance stakeholders. So once they will go through the documentation, they will have a live session with one-to-one interaction, and once they approved, okay, we are good with the business blueprint, then we will move on to the actual phase. This is the crucial phase, realization. So realization means from in this phase onwards, you do the configuration. Until that, you will never touch SAP system. This is the phase where will use the SAP application. See, till that time, the demo system, whatever they given a sandbox, you will be doing all the things and you will explaining. This is how we will create. This is how it will come in the sandbox. You will show them the demo sessions and all for them. So you mentioned these many company codes. These many company codes will prepare. The demo session will be used for presentation and everything also. But actual development system you will touch here in this phase. Till that time, you should not touch the development. So in the realization phase, what will happen? Configuration and implementation of the SAP solution, which means that whatever we discussed here on the first year deadlines and deal we have spoken here, the blueprint, the map we have created, like what to create, what not to create, how many third party, everything will be gathered and will prepare the detailed document. Then once they give the signal, good to go ahead, then we'll get into the realization phase. From here, our actual work will be started. So in realization phase, there will be a lot of things. Let us understand the realization phase. The third thing is realization phase. Third thing is realization phase. Okay. So in the realization phase, what and all will be there? So we will write the functional specification documents. And again, in the realization phase, as they given a approval for blueprint, we will not again directly go and do the configuration. Before doing the configuration, after blueprint approval, we need to prepare the process wise document. And also we need to write the functional specification, FS. We call it as a FS. FS means functional specifications document. So functional specification document. See, there will be calling a functional specification and technical specifications. This technical specifications, as in my demo session, I have explained functional team and technical team. Who are the functional teams? Can somebody answer? Functional team, technical team. What are modules will comes under technical team? What and all comes for functional team?
In technical basis,
Yeah.
basis and above, all those things will come. And in functional team,
Okay.
CRM, human resource and material, production.
No, it's a model, PP.
Okay.
You should not tell production. Production plant, you should mention the way.
Okay.
And you are
Okay.
forgetting our model itself, FICO.
Yeah, we go.
You should tell first this one, okay? So
Okay.
FICO, MM, SD, like this, HRM, CRM, uh, one more EWM. So these are all functional models. Functional model means nothing but who will take care of the actual process configuration and activities which will post and manage in the SAP. The technical means which will help them to these functional models. The technical team always will help functional model for either security. One more thing will be there, security. Okay, security team. These people will help us in coding. These people will help us system setup and access. System setup, this system setup means anything like SAP to within the SAP to third party tool, like this. And these people will be for individual access role, like they will create role based roles and all, composite role, single role, and specific roles or company code level roles or generic roles or authorization groups, like this. These people will take care to whom to give access and all these things. So these people will write the technical specification document. So somebody will ask you in an interview, what is FS? What is TS? Who will write the TS document? Who will write the FS document? So then you need to mention that clearly. FSTS here is itself in the question itself, like we have a answer. FS means functional specification document. TS means technical specification document. So these document we need to create. So now here, so why this is important for a functional specification document? The functional specification document is, it's like a what I can say, Bible, Quran, Bhagavad Gita, like this. All these three things, how it is must will be recorded, all the things, right? Like that in functional specification document, we will keep it all the information related to the certain process. We will write detailed information in functional specification document and we will save it. That documentation, how it helps is, suppose like three members will be implementing. Suppose Devi, Pradeep, or somebody Dilip. These three people are the functional consultant as of today. Assume that as of today. So they were working on this implementation project. They were made, they discussed, and they gathered, they written this document in detail. All of a sudden, all you make jump company to company. You will not be working till completion of implementation also. If you get a good offer, you may leave at any time. Or after implementation, the project will be given. There will be a different cases. Either at the time of implementation, you will switch the resource, will switch company, or after go live, the project will go to other company, right? Or there will be various reasons. I'm only giving two. There will be various reasons. So in this scenario, the new consultant whoever comes, how does he able to know that process? See, if it is a standard payment process or standard FBZP process or whatever standard SAP, let's not take any process. Let's take a standard SAP process. Standard SAP process, every consultant will know. But whenever we are doing, suppose let us take a payment methods only. So payment method means everybody knows that. So how we will use the payment method? If they have any specific payment method itself, they will have a very specific data. Like suppose for Indian customers, I need to pay only from this bank account. So if suppose my company is in India, for foreign payments, I need to make from foreign currency account only. For Indian vendors, I need to pay from my local bank only. Like this detailed discussion will happen between the uh, uh, Reliance stakeholders and between Infosys consultant, right? Those are all information who were there at the time, like you, me, or somebody who are working. Those people are there. If I don't make it all the information in a documentation, all of a sudden if I leave, who will who will be knowing that? Is our manager is knowing that? Either our MM consultant will know that, CRM? No. Everybody busy with their own work. They are not responsible for FICO. Who will be responsible for FICO? The lead who is taking caring of the FICO. That is why even the lead leaves or the person who are working on leaves. All of a sudden, everybody leaves also. Nobody will not doesn't care, because every time day to day we will be keeping the data with us. Whatever we are doing, the configurations, whatever the documents we are preparing, up to date we will be keeping in one drive with the help for other consultants. If any new people come, they can go through the documentation. Up to 70% they can understand the process. Remaining 30%, again they can connect back to the Reliance stakeholders just for a overview, because like the resource was shuffled, so they are ready to give only high level, but again they will not sit with you in the workshop. Remember, they will not sit with you in the workshop to spend more time. That is your headache. Infosys headache. Their time is very precious. They will not sit with you all the time. They can give you high level overview. If you explain the situation, this is how happened, this is how consultant swift. So just need an higher level overview for my resources. So that is the reason functional specification document will be written. That is the reason the PDDs will be created, CDDs will be created. PDD means process detailed process design document, whatever we discussed in the blueprint. Who's joining now? So that is the reason whatever we discussed, the financial functional related FI side, everything will be in PDD document. And CDD document, what exactly we are going to do the configuration, will create the configuration document also. But PDD CDD, this is fine, but actually if you want to get into the development, we need to write the functional specification. So if suppose functional specification will not write for all the scenarios, only specific, if suppose normal standard process will not write, whichever is deviating the standard process, or if the standard process we have a lengthy process, for that we will write the functional specification. What and all will be there in the functional specification means overview will be there. First, in the FS document, what will be there? So I'll try to get any one real-time scenario, but I can't able to download my project documents. That's a problem. So here, first it will be on a first page. Who is writing the functional specification? Like Dilip is writing functional specification means Dilip name. Who is the first level approval? The consultant name, first level approval, first level, second level, and business side who approved first level and second level. So like this, first you need to write the functional specification. So what will be there? Once you write the functional specification, you need to send it to the business stakeholder. He will go through that functional specification. If we mentioned as we discussed with the business, the same we mentioned, or he is deviating the process, he will cross check. Whatever we discussed, the same thing he is configuring or not. He will check and he will approve. And second level, final level will be approved. So then you can go for a configuration. But what content will be there in FS? That let's discuss. The content in FS is, first, as I said, first page will be there with information. When we written, what is the topic? In the first page, topic name, who is writing this functional specification, who is the approval from Infosys side, from client side. Both will be validated. From our side, if we are writing means our architecture, whoever is there, they will validate first level. First, I'll write in a functional spec. I'll validate for myself. Then I'll give it to the Infosys side one person, high level who are taking care. They will be validate. Then they will present it to the Reliance stakeholder. They will go through the document. If they are okay, then they will approve. That is the information will be there in the first page. What is the process? Who is taking caring? Who is approving final? In the second page, overview. So overview means if you are doing any kind of payment process related, you need to write that. What is the payment? What is the this FS? Why you are writing this FS? Overview will be there. In overview, will tell that one paragraph. So this is the payment process related. We are taking care of this FS, and this is the reason we are writing. So and so will write in an overview. Then detailed document or requirement. One detailed process will be there. Detailed process or requirement will be there in another step. Okay, this one, leave it as this one. This is the first step overview, detailed process or requirement. Here you need to write everything in detail. This is a very important step within the document. Here you will write what is the business requirement, what they asked. Detail you need to write whatever the business asked. Entire information you need to write detailed. What is the solution you are giving? What is the solution? What is the configuration you are doing? So in this, very detailed information you need to write, because this is very much important. Okay, you should understand. Otherwise, if you join and if they ask you to write a functional specification in your project, you will be in a trouble. Okay, so like that, in the detailed process, we'll write the what is the business requirement, what is the solution we are providing, what is the configuration we are doing. These three things we need to maintain clearly here. Then technical specification. So here technical details. Technical details means, are we dependent on ABAP? Are we dependent on ABAP or basis or security? Any process, if it is anything, like most of the time only ABAP will come, a rare case basis will come, security will not come at all in the picture. We will create a separate ticket for them to take care of this. So most of the time ABAP only it will come into the picture. So now what we are doing, any dependency in ABAP means any technical table names or any programs we written, custom programs we written, what is the program they written, the code. So everything we need to maintain in the technical details under technical aspect. Everything will be technical. Whatever the done ABAP team has, we need to ask them to provide the details. We will maintain here. We'll do the copy paste, or if you know, we will write that what are the T codes, table names, programs, everything is involved. So next, testing strategy. Testing strategy means, so after doing the configuration and all, how I need to test my process. Whatever I am developing, right? It will be there. If suppose if you want to make a payment, to make payment, what and all we need? We need a vendor. We need a vendor. We need an invoice. We need to post the invoice. Then we need to make the payment. This is the testing strategy, right? If you're preparing functional specification document for payment related, all the details will be here to test that what is the steps to be followed. So testing strategy means whatever development you have completed, to complete the testing, what and all you will follow. This is called testing strategy. So testing strategy, you need to write that to make the end, like whatever you're developing the end solution, to reach that end solution, you need a master data and all, right? So as I told you in my demo sessions, three things is the key thing. One is configuration, one is master data, another one is activity, end user activity. So here you are doing configuration, you are doing master data, you need to prepare. The testing strategy, you are doing activity. What the activity you are doing, whatever the business requirement is there, right? Whether it is working or not. The requirement you received, solution you developed, configuration you completed. Now what is the activity you need to do? Whether it is working fine or not. You need to perform that. So whether it is working or not, if you need to perform means you need to know that what you need to test, how you need to test. As a consultant, you should be aware of it. So that you need to record here. What are the steps I'm following to complete this development? This testing strategy, let us take that. Will vendor master data, like if it is not there, you create a vendor, then post invoice and make the payment. Like this is the testing. If everything is successfully done while you are making payment, if it is picking proper bank, proper payment method and all, then like that you need to write detailed document, FS document. Detailed FS document you need to write. You need to send it for your architect. So either if no architect, you itself a senior means you need to validate and you need to send it to your stakeholder. So once you send, FS preparation is completed. FS preparation is completed. sending for review, sending for stakeholder review. So here again, to whom you need to send? To whom you need to send this? Guys, to whom we need to send this? Who is stakeholder? How do you know that? To whom I need to send?
Reliance.
Reliance
Lines
only,
people.
but who, to whom? Suppose I
Like
written this
higher
document.
authority people.
Sorry. Suppose I written
Higher
this FS
authority people.
document. I written this FS document, and next consultant will come. The same process he may again going to work. How does he come to know that to whom he need to send? Here in the first page, we will be given the details. That is the reason we are maintaining even the details also to whom we need to contact first level approval, second level approval. If suppose today I have completed and I have done a configuration, I left the company, the same while testing time it came errors. Then again we need to rewrite the functional specification and again we need to take the approval. The newcomer or new consultant will not be aware of that who is the point of contact. From where he can get that? In the FS document in the first page, that is the reason we are capturing who is developing this object, who is the developer, Dilip, and who is approving first level or second level. That basic information will be captured in the first page. Then the overview, why we are writing this functional specs, then what is this process we are developing, then technical data involved or not, then testing strategy. So all these things will be sent to the Reliance side stakeholder. So once he is approved means, then we can get into the configuration. Once we get the approval, once we get the
Yeah, I have
FS
one question here.
approval. Yeah, who's that?
Yeah, what is the mode that we are
Yeah,
sending
go
this
ahead, go ahead.
PDD? What is the mode of document that we are sending these details
PDF,
to FC?
PDF
PDF
or
only,
Word
right?
document. Yeah, PDF or Word document we will maintain. So once you first, well, anything it can be
Okay.
PDF. We cannot able to edit, right? We will keep it in Word document only till it is finalized. Because we keep on, you need to modify the things. You will send to the stakeholder. You will tell that something you missed the data. They'll send back to you. Again, you need to modify the document, right? So like
Okay.
that. First time,
I thought
first time.
any SAP workflow. So
No, no, no,
yes.
no, 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 not. Manually, we'll send in an email and or we will upload in a drive and they'll download and they'll see it. Okay, so it's a normal documentation only in Word document. So once we write the FS document, so we'll give a version one. Okay, so once we send it to the this version one copy, whatever we built, whatever we are prepared. So once they approve, is everything good? They'll one go they'll approve. If not, they'll send it back to us with the remarks. With the remarks, the document they'll send back us saying this is what not the correct process you followed. Let us add the missing component or missing details. Then again we'll rewrite the FS document. We'll rewrite the FS document, the same document name, we'll keep it with version 2. But you should not delete version 1. Remember, you should keep it for your reference. So version 2 you return, again you rewrite and you send. Again they rejected. Again you will rewrite with version 3. Like this till you get an approval, you keep on rewriting. So it should not repeat one or twice. If you go for a 10 times, 7 times, if the same thing, if I coming back to you, will you happy to answer the things? Anybody? Like once, twice, thrice? Will you be happy to ask the same question again and again to you if you keep on explaining? They'll get irritated, right? So that is why we should be very careful while writing, taking the first time information you should take. And while once you return the documentation, if you know your colleagues, if they are understanding you, your best friends means you can validate internally. If you don't know anything, you take a help or write the documentation, go through thoroughly, then send it for a approval. Okay, once it is come back, it happens one time, two time, it won't complete the FS document. Maximum one or two times will send it back, and it will happen one time also. Like one two times they'll reject also. But make sure we should not take it as a granted for a every time to go back the customer and take the small. At one shot, try to capture the entire requirement, then write on the FS document. Okay. So now you have given the functional documentation is completed. This is the one activity in the realization. So far we discussed only one activity in the realization phase. So once you prepare this functional spec, then you will be going for actual configuration based on the approved PDDs, TDDs or your FS. Based on these documents, we'll proceed with the configuration in dev system. Okay. So based on this, once we get the approval only, it's not like that as soon as we get project, we'll not go directly jump into the SAP and we'll not do the configuration. There will be lot of documentation process behind one TR to save, one simple configuration to create. You should have approvals, you should have a document to save you in future. If you created without approval any single configuration which will lead to any issues, then they will question you who created. Your user ID will be captured. Once you create that configuration, your user ID will capture this is the person who created this config. Then they'll reach out to you. Who provide you details to config this? Who authorized you to do the config? Do you have a document? If you have a document, hey, you can take it here. This is what my FS document I got an approval. This is what my PDD approval. This is what my CDD approval. Based on this approval document, I have done the configuration. That's it. Even though that is the wrong thing, also nobody will ask you any further question because stakeholders approved. I have configured. So I didn't do my own. That documentation will saves you in real-time projects. If you don't have a documentation, then you will be in a trouble. It's not just like that in a words between you and your stakeholders. Exchange of words won't help. Exchange of documentation approval helps you. Okay, nobody will come and stand for you. Something goes wrong. Companies will not even hesitate to throw you out. They need a project is important, client is important for them. The employee always they will utilize and they'll throw you out. You will be very safe. You need to think and act and do the work. We should not go blindly in implementation. It's very sensitive. First time we are doing everything, so it's like a baby. They given you a baby empty application. They're asking you to grown up that application. You need to raise that application with all the business content. So like that, you should have proper approval. Based on that, you will do the configuration. So here it starts the work configuration, testing, like configuration, unit testing, and you need to prepare a parallelly training. Some people will ask for training content also. You need to prepare. Why? Because we need to give end user training, right? You need to prepare a training document also. Some projects they will ask you parallelly. Lot of work will be there. Configuration unit test training document. So once unit test completed means we'll move to the QA. As you guys already know that we'll move to the QA. QA will do testing, then UAT will do testing, and pre-production will keep it ready. Everything keep it ready for a go live like that. So these are all things will be parallel. It will be keep on moving. You will receive one today. You will receive one topic. If you complete a development, you will move to the QA. Then you cannot sit idle. Then another available topic they will give you. So somewhere like some people like two consultants they will give you do take care of AP. Dilip and Pradeep you take care of AP. Or Devi or Vanta or somebody else let them take care of AR. Like that module wise they will allocate you, or else whatever the topics workshops whatever the architect was discussing the workshop today if you discuss about asset model he will send you the document for asset model whoever bandwidth is available. Hey, this is a discussion, prepare a documentation. They will give it to you. And tomorrow he discusses other P2P topic means like payments related or any purchase PO purchase order related kind of a thing between FIMM and stakeholder. Who's the available bandwidth is available. If suppose for myself it is available means they will assign it to me. Like that it will be keep on the discussions here and there. They'll keep on give you across all the module also. So that decision will be taken care by the internal team and all. Like the specific people responsible for separate module wise also they will take care. Only they will work for AP. Only they will work for AR asset accounting, or else all together based on the bandwidth, based on the incoming flow. We'll keep on working on. Today I'll work on AP. Tomorrow I'll work on asset. Day after tomorrow I'll work on controlling. Like that. So the work will be given. This is how we will do it. This is the business blueprint. Sorry, this is the realization phase. So realization phase is the actual phase where we will work on the topics. So in interview, again, see the as I said that real time knowledge I'll share means, so it's not like a separate session. As I told you, along with the same session, I'm giving you interview question also. I'm giving you solution also, answer also. I'm explaining the real time what is happening also. The real time what is happening, I'm giving it in the same sessions. All three will be mixed together. I'll train. So now the question will come in interview. So you mentioned in your resume, like you were done a end-to-end life cycle, right? In which phase you joined in your implementation? So somebody will ask you question, which phase you joined for a implementation project? Which phase means, like this we have a 5 phases, right? We have a 5 phases. So they will ask you an interview. So you mentioned implementation project. Are you there for end-to-end cycle? Are you worked on greenfield? Are you worked on in between? Like which phase you are joined for implementation? Which phase means these are the phases: project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final preparation, go live. These are the phases. Question may come, you should not get confused. If they ask which phase you join means, please remember phase means nothing but this ASAP methodology, 5 processes. Any, see, you may join it at the time of project. In the beginning itself they will hire you maybe, or else you join at the business blueprint time or realization time or final preparation or go live support. You may join at any time, right? If I'm working today in XYZ organization, I'm searching for a project means I'm searching for a new opportunity means, if somebody will give a schedule interview, I'll hire for them, I'll put on paper here and relieve from here, I'll join that company. They'll put me in a project. I never know that the project is in which stage. It might be in any stage. It doesn't mean that always will get a initial stage. Any stage they may throw you in on a project, either live support, rollout, implementation, which phase and all. It can be anything. Once you join the project only, you'll come to know your which phase you join. Like that, if anyone asks which phase you are means, you tell that I'm from the beginning only there. Or else, if you are not able to answer for all these questions, tell them that I joined in a realization phase and the documentation was ready. Based on the documentation, I was going through the I'm writing the functional specs and I'm doing the configuration. That's it. If you're comfortable, which phase onwards if you're comfortable, if you're able to take the questions from that phase, you can mention realization phase. I'll tell. Somebody will tell that in which phase we do the actually configuration in SAP system. So if you say that blueprint stage, then you are wrong. If you stage at project preparation stage, we'll do the configuration, you are wrong. Final preparation, if I am doing the configuration, that is also wrong. The configuration will be done by realization phase. In realization phase, we'll do the configuration. Okay. So that is the realization phase. So let us understand so in realization phase, every team will do their own work. They'll do functional specification, they'll write, they do config. So like, sometimes we need to work with MMI, SD also integration. Sometimes we'll work with FPP. So remember one thing, everybody will come to FI. Everybody depends on the FI, most of the modules. They'll come and ask us, keep on, they'll asking our help, keep on, they'll asking our process related questions. So FICO always having more weightage across all the modules. So we have demand like that, and everything same, work, pay, whatever, everything we're in a little higher side only. Okay. So then move on to the final preparation. What is final preparation? What is final preparation? Final preparation means, so I'll take 10 more minutes. So you want to continue from tomorrow? So let us explain the final preparation. Go live, I'll explain tomorrow. Okay. So final preparation means, so in the final preparation, what and all will happen. So let me give highlights, and tomorrow I can take you in deep or else 8:30 means, let me take only 10 more minutes. So here final preparation means before hitting the go live. Before hitting the go live. So it's like, to make you understand in simple way, we manufactured one car. So are they going to send showroom directly by any production department? If suppose Tata Motors manufactured one car, will it go to directly for a showroom to sell the car? No. They do all the checks, steering check, brake check, clutch check, gear check. They do the QC validation, right? So that QC validation will do here a quality check. That is different. But before hitting to the go live, so we need to thoroughly check all the things. We need to make them prepare. If everything is ready, then only we'll release that car for a sale. And similarly, final preparation means we need to prepare end users. So if you send this to make it to go live, then who will work in a go live system? If you release to the go live, if you give it to end users, will they able to perform? So real system will handle by end users. Real system activities, real system, real business activities, day-to-day transactions or process will handle by end users. Like if your friends might be saying, right, I'm working on auto, or I'm working on P2P, I'm working on reconciliation, I'm working on treasury department. Like that, people will say that most of us, many of you in this class also might be one of other two, maybe in the SAP. So end users will be taken care of the end activity. End activity is the end user activity. So if I, without final preparation, if I give it to the go live means, who will take care of the system day-to-day transaction activities? Will consultant do the postings? See, understand one thing, consultant will never do the end user activity, but consultants should know the end user activity. You need a configuration knowledge, you need a master data knowledge, and also you need a knowledge of how to post and end all the end user process knowledge you need it. Because only configuration, if you do, how you will do the testing? If you don't know how to post the invoice, you don't know how to make the payment, you don't know how to clear the payment, you don't either master data, you don't know how to create a master data, then how do you use the data? Who will give you the data? Consultant is the person who knows end-to-end knowledge in an SAP. Then only you will be in a consultant. No, I am good at a configuration, I don't know anything, miss, you will not be hired. Only configuration doesn't required. But when you do the configuration, but how do you know that it is working fine or not? You need to test, right? If you want to test configuration alone, it help? No. Suppose you do configuration company code to post invoice, you need a vendor also. Who will create the vendor? Was the Gole project vendor master data creation will be taken care by the MDGS team, master data management team. But in implementation, who will take care? We will not be having any MDGS team. The consultant is the one who do all the rules related to FI. You have to do your own everything. So like that, in the final preparation, what and all we'll do, first we will cross check all the configurations, documentation, and most importantly, regular activities and month-end activities or year-end activities. Year-end activities like this, the crucial things we will do the final check. Are we done all the configuration perfectly fine or not? You need to cross check entire configuration. The documentation, sometimes my spellings will be mistake. Okay, I'll be typing in speed, right? Station. So, and regular activities, month-end activities, year-end activities. You need to identify the things which need to be must and should take care before hitting to the go live, because these all the processes I tell you. And also I told you, right, where I told you, like, training document also you need to prepare. Somewhere I explained in today's class. You're not only preparing a FS document or configuration, sometimes some companies will ask you to prepare the training document also. That has to be prepared. So you need to prepare in the final preparation, whatever all the activities comes, you need to cross check configuration, you need to create a documentation, you need to create the documentation, regular activities, month-end activities, year-end activities, and the trainings also you need to conduct. Trainings will be conducted. Training sessions will be conducted. For end users. You need to conduct the training sessions, training documents, training documentation also you need to prepare training documentation. So like this, all the activities will be should taken care of the final preparation before hitting to the go live. So once you complete all this, if you taken care, then everything looks good. If tomorrow if I release to the go live, my end users are ready, my managers are ready, and I am also confident on my systems, whatever I done. My stakeholders also validated all the information. Then everyone is decide one go live date and will start hitting to the system. Then in go live, before hitting the go live, what kind of atmosphere will be there, how the things will be taken care, we'll discuss in tomorrow, and remaining further coming topics also we'll discuss tomorrow. So let's till here. I'll stop recording. If anybody has any questions, you can ask. I'll give you 5 minutes time. Let me stop the session recording. I'll stop because it goes for a too much lengthy video. That's why.